Welcome to the yoga method. Today's class is a power flow, which will probably turn into a mother-son push-up competition, but come and join us on your mats as soon as you're ready. So we'll face side on, so it's a little bit easier for you to see, but you're welcome to square your mat to your computer, to your television. And so you'll come to the top of your mat, and we'll start with feet hip distance apart, hands at heart center, just taking a moment to really arrive within our own bodies, to arrive within our own breath, and to really just take a moment to cultivate a sense of joy and enthusiasm for your practice to come. When you are ready, take a deep breath in, and then releasing your hands, opening your eyes, and let circle and sweep hands eye on the in-breath. On your exhalation, just catch the tops of the knees for support, and if your body will allow, sliding all the way down into your first forward fold. Walk your hands towards the top of the mat, just so it feels good, and allow your head and your shoulders to release. Just taking a moment here to really feel your hamstrings, and to allow time for gravity to work its magic through the torso, as we feel the length arriving in our hamstrings. Take one more full deep breath in and out. And on your next inhalation, press your hands into your shins, lift your heads, lift your hearts, and then begin to bend deeply into your right knee and spinning to support yourself with your right elbow on your right thigh as your left hand reaches skywards towards the ceiling. Examine the length through your left leg. Make the left leg as long as you can. And only if your neck will allow, you're welcome to look to your left hand. Taking one more deep breath in. And on your exhalation, just in your own time, exchanging sides. So you'll bend deeply into your left knee. You'll land your left elbow on your left thigh. And you'll spiral towards the right as you lengthen through the right hamstring more. Right hand flies high, gazing to the floor, to the side, or to that top hand. Breathing new length as you find rotation. And take one more full deep breath in. And on your exhalation, releasing both elbows to your knees before you slide into a forward fold a second time. Maybe tuck your fingertips underneath your toes. Maybe slide your whole hands under. You're just finding the right expression for you today. In any way that your body is asking you to move, please do so. So you might roll through your shoulders, you might sway through your hips, but you're just searching for those places you're still holding tension before we move into our flow. Take one more full breath in and out. And when the time is right for you, releasing your hands, take your hands to your shins, a breath in to lift your heads, your hearts. On your exhalation, forward fold one last time before rising all the way up to standing. Circle and sweep your arms, press your palms, look to your thumbs, releasing your hands to your hearts. Feet can stay hip distance apart, or if you prefer to bring your big toes together, yogi's choice. But let's build our flow. So on your in-breath, let your hands reach high. On your exhalation, left hand to your left thigh, please. Inhale to reach to ceiling before moving sideways into your forward fold. On the in-breath, circle and sweep hands high. On your exhalation, release your right hand to your right thigh. Take an in-breath that lengthens side body first before exhaling into your side bend, please. Inhale to reach both hands high, look to your thumbs before spiraling all the way into your forward fold, please. Inhale, hands to shins, fingertips to floor, flat back extension. Before we step or hop, and let's take our first yogi push-up on knees or toes. You can always stay on your knees. Baby cobra or an upward facing dog if your body is ready. Before either lifting your hips high to a downward facing dog or at any point moving into child's pose, please. The first down dog, let's invite just a gentle movement, pedaling through your heels. And again, we're just noticing how our bodies are feeling today. Modifying your practice in any way that you need so that it is serving your body rest. Just take 2 more breaths with movement. One more full deep breath with movement. And then let's find stillness on this inhalation. We'll lift to the tips of our toes. On the out breath, bend your knees, look to the top of your mat. Step or fly if you're ready. Lift, lengthen as you breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Rise and reach all the way up to your extended mountain. Before hands home to your hearts, Samastitihi. Inhale, reaching high on the in-breath. On the exhalation, left hand, left thigh, and let's move straight into that side bend. On your inhalation, reach hands high, please. And over we go into our forward fold, releasing your head and shoulders, last looking to your knees. Breathe in, hands to shins, fingertips to floor, flat back extension. Before we step or hop and freeze in high plank. Right forearm, left forearm. Stay for 2 breaths. So thinking angry cat between your shoulder blades and really power from the crown of the head to the heel. You're welcome to be on your knees, of course. On your next in-breath, right hand, left hand. Shift the weight forward and travel through chaturanga. Knees or toes, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Before lifting hips up and back, downward facing dog. Right leg is rising on the in-breath. On the exhalation, right knee to your nose. Pause. On the inhalation, send that leg high once again. And stepping all the way through to the top of the mat, releasing your back knee to the floor. Your hands will reach high on the in-breath. Stay and find just a little bit more length through your spine before descending into a little bit more depth in your hip flexor. So round 1, we're going to stay grounded through the knee. And then rounds 2 and 3, the option to stay low or to come high. Take 1 more breath that really stretches the skin across your heart. Exhaling to deepen a millimeter more. And on your inhalation, reach high. Exhale, frame your foot, lift your back knee, please. Slide to high plank. Cross your left foot over your right ankle. 3 yogi push-ups. Ready? Exhaling to lower. Inhale to rise. Exhaling to lower. Inhaling to rise. 1 more time. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise, pause, releasing both feet to the floor, and then ground your right knee and spin your right shin, turning to a side plank. So once again, variation 1 we'll do in first round. You're welcome to stay here the entire time. Take 2 more breaths as you lengthen through the top side of the body, reaching high. 1 more full breath in before we spot our landing and return to high plank. Inhale, shift forward, eyes forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra, upward facing dog. Before releasing up and back, downward facing dog. Left leg rises on your in-breath. On the exhalation, left knee to your nose, pause. On the inhalation, let it rise any amount you like. Stepping all the way through, landing your right knee on the earth, please. Rising on the in-breath, descending a little bit deeper on the out-breath, and then opening through the arms, peeling the heart open, creating a little tiny baby back bend if your spine approves. How deeply can you breathe? How much spaciousness can you create? As you take 1 more full breath with joy, with enthusiasm, and on your inhalation, we'll reach high, back the body up. On the out breath, plant your hands, lift your knees, slide to a high plank. It is your right foot over your left, please. 3 yogi push-ups, shifting forward, exhale to lower. Inhaling to rise. Exhale to shift and lower. Inhale to rise. The good news is these reduce. 1 more time, exhale, lower. Inhale up. Uncross your foot, release your left knee, spin the left shin, and rolling over into modified side plank. So as we gaze skywards, the thumb is right above the mouth, and then pressing really energetically into the outer edge of your right foot. Take 2 more breaths. 1 more full, deep breath in. And on your exhalation, spot your landing, ground your hands. Inhale to shift to high plank. Exhale, elbow straight, belly strong. Energize and open to cobra or up dog before lifting up and back, downward facing dog. On your in-breath to the tips of your toes. On your exhalation, bend your knees, look to the top of your mat. Walk or fly your way there. Lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Rising all the way up to standing before releasing right hand to right thigh. Over we go to side bend. Inhale, circle and sweep. And we're immediately back into our forward fold, please. On your in-breath, lift, lengthen, looking forward. On the out-breath, step or hop, but freeze, lowering down with your left forearm, your right forearm. Staying and breathing for 2 full breaths here. One more full deep breath in and out. Ready with your left hand, walking up, walking up. The in-breath, we shift forward. The exhalation, we lower. Baby cobra or upward facing dog before lifting hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Right leg rises on your in-breath. On the exhalation, right knee to left elbow. Pause. On the in-breath, let that leg lift. Knee to nose. Pause. One more time to send that leg high. Stepping all the way through, but staying elevated, please. So variation 1, you're absolutely welcome to be grounded. Variation 2, we're just hovering in Anjali Asana, a high lunge. And then once again, begin to peel open. Maybe lengthening through that back leg any amount that feels good. Descending into the depth and the length and the width that feels amazing to your body. One more full breath in and out. We rise on the in-breath to open to warrior 2. So it will be your right toes facing the top of your mat. Your left toes are angling in. Exaggerate the length through your arms. Descend into your right knee. Please check your hip and knees in one line. Your knee is above your ankle. And you're breathing deeply for 2 more breaths. One more full deep breath in and out. Flip the palm on your right hand. Inhale, sun warrior. Exhale, windmill your arms, frame your foot. Pause in your high plank. Cross your left over your right. 2 push-ups, second round, ready. Exhale, lower. Inhaling back up. Shift, exhale, lower. Inhale and release. Uncross, spinning to your right hand. Variation 1, you're on your knee. Variation 2, second round, we're in the split stance shape. Finding the lightness through the hips and really exaggerating the stretch from the crown to the heels. Take one more full deep breath in. And on your exhalation, spot your landing, please. The inhalation shifts us forward. The exhalation through chaturanga. Energize and open to baby cobra or up dog before lifting up and back, downward facing dog. Ready with your left leg, let it rise on your in-breath. Coming underneath the line of the body to the opposite elbow, pause. Exaggerating the lift on the in-breath. Knee to nose, squeezing in tight. Rise on the in-breath, stepping between your hands, coming to your high lunge. Stabilize first, make sure you feel safe. And grounding, elevating, or lengthening through your back leg. Opening through the chest, creating an extension in the spine. Finding this sense of joyfulness, of enthusiasm for the challenges that we're facing together. Taking one more deep breath in and out. On the inhalation, we rise, opening to your warrior 2, please. So finding the architecture, find the shape of the posture first. Checking hip and knee alignment, knee and ankle alignment, and then dynamically stretch with equal determination between your hands. 2 deep breaths remaining as you gaze to your middle fingernail. One more breath in and out. Flip the palm, rise on the in-breath to Sun Warrior. Windmill your arms, frame your foot. Slide to your high plank and freeze. Cross your right over your left, 2 push-ups. Exhaling to lower. Inhale to rise. Exhaling to lower. And inhale to rise. Uncross. Ground into the left hand, knee, or both feet split for your side plank variation. Shaky t-shirts are good things. Stay and work with the breath, the core. One more full breath in. And on your exhalation, ground. We inhale to shift forward. We exhale, chaturanga. Energize and open baby cobra or up dog before lifting up and back, downward facing dog. On the in-breath, tips the toes. On the out-breath, bend the knees to prepare. Step or hop, lifting, lengthening. Exhale into your forward fold. Listen, bend your knees to chair pose. Take a seat into Utkatasana, hands just reaching shoulder height. Variation 1, you could support yourself with your hands on your knees. Variation 2, we come right here. And variation 3, just balancing in the tips of the toes, sinking as low as it feels right for your body. Steady eyes, steady breath, steady body as we take one more full deep breath in and out. On your inhalation, let's reach and rise before hands circle down and around to our heart center. Samastitihi. So our final round through. Circle and sweep, hands high. On the exhalation, left hand to the thigh. Take that side bend, please. Inhale through center. This last round, we're going to do both sides. So release right hand as we take that side bend over. Inhale, how tall can you grow as you look to your thumbs? Easing your way over, leading with the heart. Head is the last piece to fold. Exaggerate the lift and the length as we come forward. Exhale to step or hop. Freezing here, please. Right forearm, left forearm. Listen, last little challenge here, right? So we're going to take our right foot out to the side on the in-breath. On the exhalation, right knee to your elbow. On the in-breath, step back. And on the exhalation, feet together. Left leg, inhale, step wide. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to take it back. Exhale to return. One more on each side. Right leg on the in-breath opens. Exhale towards your elbow. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to return. One more. Aiden loves these. Open the foot. Knee to elbow. Leg returns back. Feet to the midline. Left hand. Right hand. Shift forward on your in-breath. Exhaling through your chaturanga. Energizing, opening, expanding before lifting up and back, downward facing dog. Right leg rises on the in-breath. Underneath the body we go, crossing underneath the midline. Inhale, take that leg high, listen. Right knee, right elbow, pause. Inhale, third's the charm, lift, knee to nose. Squeezing to the midline. One more time to lift before stepping all the way through. Low lunge, high lunge, yogi's choice. And as we descend, we begin to peel open. Maybe lengthening the back leg. Maybe creating that little bit of a back bend shape. Last 2 breaths. One more full breath in. And out. Listen, we rise and open to warrior 2. So finding that focal point of the middle fingernail on the front hand, exaggerating your wingspan as you take 2 more breaths, please. One more full deep breath in and out. Listen, pivot towards us. So we're coming into goddess stance. So we turn our toes out and we sink deep into our legs. Once you've arrived there, just take your arms above you. So contrasting energy, arms reaching, hip sinking. Press your knees to the pinky toe side. Take one more full breath here. On your exhalation, land your right hand to your thigh or your elbow or your ankle, keeping the weight centered and only gazing to that top thumb if it feels available for you. Last 2 breaths. One more full deep breath in and out. On your inhalation, rise all the way up, silent yoga, clap at the top before opening to Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Flip the thumb, inhale, Sun Warrior. Windmill your arms, frame your foot, slide to high plank, freeze. Left foot over the right ankle. 1 push-up, ready, exhale to lower. Inhale to rise, release, side plank, right hand. So knee, split stance, stacking the feet. Or your final variation, Aiden, you can stay where you are, is just peace fingers to your big toe, taking that leg forward for 2 more breaths, please. 1 more full, deep, shaky breath in and out. Spot your landing. Ground the hand, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Energize and open before lifting up and back, downward facing dog. It is your left leg that's ready to rise. Crossing underneath on the out breath, please. Inhale to lift as much as it feels good. Same elbow to knee. Pause. Reaching, rising with the breath. Knee to nose, knee to heart. Pause. Last time to lift before stepping between the hands. Low lunge, high lunge, or lengthening through the leg, and then opening through the arms first, maybe taking that baby back bend shape. Just 2 breaths remaining. 1 more full breath that reaches the tips of your fingers. And on your in-breath, we lift before opening to Virabhadrasana 2. So gazing down that middle fingernail, checking the alignment of the hip and the knee, but then feel the power within the feet, the power within your breath. 1 more breath, please. Ready? We come to the long edge of the mat. We turn the toes out. This is horse stance or goddess stance. Arms come high overhead, squatting as low as we can go with good technique, with breath remaining deep. Take 1 more breath as you are before releasing your left hand to your left thigh, maybe your elbow, maybe reaching for your ankle. Keep the weight centered and finding the connection to the core, to your breath, as you stay for 2 more, please. 1 more full deep breath in and out. Ready to rise all the way up. Silent yoga clap above you. Open to Warrior 2, facing forward. Flip the hand. Inhale, Sun Warrior. Exhale, windmill the arms, frame the foot. Stepping back, last time, right over left. 1 push-up, exhaling to lower. Inhaling to rise. Uncross, side plank on your left. Ground the knee, split the feet, stack the feet, or finding that big toe with your peace fingers. Last 3 breaths. Last 2. 1 more full, deep, deep breath in. And exhaling, hands to the earth. Inhale, shift forward. Exhaling to lower. Energize, open, wipe your slate clean before hips come high. Once again to that downward facing dog. Ooh, that is all in the rearview mirror. Letting the effort go, please. When the time is right for you, we're lifting actually through our left leg first. So left leg is going to rise. Yep, and just stay there for 1 more breath before coming through to pigeon pose, please. All of that hard work behind us, our celebration and our reward, pigeon pose. baptism of fire, of sweat. Those are tears of joy dripping from our elbows and running down our noses. So in your pigeon pose, take a moment to shoulder check and making sure that your hip, knee, and ankle and toes are all aligned. Really take one breath to open and energize front body. Maybe even lift up back knee for one moment before gently, completely surrendering down to your forearms or lengthening your arms forward if that feels good to you. I'm going to choose just to stack my hands and support my forehead. And even though we've moved into stillness, there is still dynamic action happening within this posture. So as we breathe in, we're consciously lengthening from the crown of the head to the tips of our right toes. And on the exhalation, we're consciously softening layer by layer, breath by breath. So in our standing sequence, developing our strength, our stability, our endurance. And now in our seated sequence, we're really cultivating flexibility and relaxation. Just take one more breath as you are. And when you are ready, hands beneath your shoulders. On your in-breath, lift your chest. And I'd like for you to take a seat onto your left cheek and bring your right leg all the way around. So coming into Janu Sirsasana A, your left foot can be above or below your knee. We're going to square our shoulders, energize our right foot, and you're welcome to bend your right knee as much as you need. We'll take a breath in first to find our length. And on the exhalation, please just ease your way in any amount that feels good to your body. Rolling your left ribs towards your right inner thigh, softening through your shoulders, through your neck. And your eye gaze traditionally is your big toe, just to keep that little extension in the cervical spine. So even here in stillness, there's a lot of dynamic qualities happening beneath the surface. On our in-breath, we are lengthening, trying to move our nose a little closer to our toes. And on the exhalation, deliberately letting go. Taking one more full breath in and out. On the in-breath, we'll lift our heads and lift our hearts. And on the exhalation, we'll sit back. I'd like for you to ground into your left hand and point through your right foot. Variation 1 looks like this. Nothing else needs to happen. And variation 2 is a gate pose only if that feels good to your body. So in gate pose, we're really exaggerating the length through the top side of the body. We're pressing fiercely into the ground with our left hand and our right foot and our left knee. Taking one more full breath in before we gently spiral our way down and around. Please bend your right knee. You're tucking your left leg under slightly. And option 1 to sit tall. Variation 2, right hand behind you, left hand high. And we're taking just a gentle twist. So coming into rotation, we've done lots of flexion and extension and lots of lateral flexion. But now taking a moment to really cultivate rotation through the spine. 3 components to rotation. We first find the lift and the length of the spine. And then we're using the breath, the abdominals, and our arms to enhance what we're doing. Never forcing the body, just finding the communication, the synergistic nature between the breath and you. On your next inhalation, return your eyes, and on the out-breath, release your twist, bringing your feet in front. So coming into a little bit of core cultivation. First round, I'd like our hands to stay on the earth as we lift the legs a little bit. So take a breath into this is boat pose. And on the exhalation, we move to canoe. On the in-breath, boat pose. On the exhalation, we lower to canoe. Last two, inhale to boat, Navasana. Exhale to canoe. One more time to your boat pose. One last time to canoe. And as we rise to boat, we just cross our ankles and pause. So we need to come to pigeon pose on the other side so you can swing your legs around. You could either go straight to down dog or take one more chaturanga if there's anything left in those shoulders. Up and back we go. So it'll be your right leg that rises and then stepping through to pigeon in your own time. Really take time to set up the body. And if full pigeon doesn't feel right, this is a perfect variation with both knees bent a lot. If it feels good, you'll roll up and over. I invite you to do a little shoulder check. My feet do funky things if I don't check them. And then we energize through front body, lengthening through the heart, the spine, the back leg, before melting, releasing, all the way down. Stacking the hands, releasing the forehead, or by all means, reaching your hands in front. So then do a body scan, running the awareness over the body. And as we discussed before, can you still cultivate length on the in-breath and softness on the out-breath? Are you still working with the qualities of joy and enthusiasm? As we stay for one more full breath in and out. On your inhalation, hands beneath your shoulders, please lift momentarily before you take a seat onto your right hip and bring your back leg around to your Janu Shirshasana, tucking your right foot above or below your knee. Energize through your left foot, bend your left knee as much as you need. Reach high on the inhale, and then take your length forward, resting your hands on your thigh, your shin, your ankle. Nothing magical happens when we touch our toes. We just want to make sure that we are honoring how our bodies are feeling. And just really graciously, patiently, compassionately feeling what the body is feeling and listening to the messages that the body is sending. Taking one more full, deep, smooth breath in and out. On our in-breath, heads and hearts lift. On the exhalation, release the hands sitting tall. Point your left toes, ground your right hand. Reach high with the left. We could stay right here. And variation two, you peel your way up and over into gate pose. So energizing the top of the body, gazing to the pinky finger on the floor or the palm of your top hand. How long can you make the top side of your body as you stay for one more full breath in and gently, slowly easing your way down and around. We bend the left knee. We tuck that right leg under a little bit more. And once we feel stable, we're wrapping into the bent knee side. So let's ground with that hand. Reach high for a moment on the in-breath. And then sweeping down and around to gather the knee to the chest. Take all of your awareness to your left foot and really press into the left foot. Take all of the awareness into your left hand and really press into your left hand. And then the three components, the breath, the abdominals, and the arms, working together to cultivate revolution in the spine. One more breath in and out. Before the inhalation returns our eyes, the exhalation, we release the twist. One last time for our boat and canoe. So variation 1, hands can stay grounded. Variation 2, hands will lift. I don't know how this is going to go. Wish us luck. On the in-breath, lifting hearts. On the exhalation, we lower to canoe, and there's a microphone. Inhale up to boat. Exhaling to lower to canoe. Last two, inhale, lift to boat pose. Exhale with control to canoe. One more time to boat. One last time to your shaky canoe before we rise and celebrate, releasing our feet and rolling all the way down onto our backs. We immediately come into a bridge pose. So touching your heels to make sure your feet feel equal, or lifting your head to check that your hips and your knees are aligned. When you're ready, energize pelvic floor, lower belly, scooping through your tailbone and lifting upwards towards the ceiling. The energy is in the feet, the hands, the shoulders, and not in the neck. So feel your hamstrings, your glutes working. And as we stay here, we're just going to work through the tips of our toes. So on the in-breath, we lift to the tips of the toes. On the exhalation, we gently land through the heels. Energizing to the tips of your toes. Exhaling to gently lower, but keep your hips high. Last two. Inhale, tip, tip, toes. On the exhalation, land your heels. And one more time. Energize, pause, and let's hold here for just one extra breath before releasing our heels and gently, slowly peeling our way down one vertebra at a time. You'll hug your knees into your hearts. You'll decrease the load through your spine and gently mobilizing the lower back by rocking the knees from side to side. Just feeling, again, that quality of energy that you and your yoga practice have created. Let's find our stillness, separating your knees and coming to your version of happy baby pose. So this may be the perfect version. Or we're standing on the ceiling, holding onto our hamstrings, our calves, or our feet. Gently pulling down with the hands, gently pressing back with the feet. And then checking your head, your shoulders, your spine are soft. If it feels good to you, inviting a gentle, gentle movement from side to side. Just two more breaths with or without movement. Before arriving in your stillness, you'll release the knees to the chest. You'll ground your feet to the floor. And please cross your left foot over your right knee once you've arrived there, gently pressing the hand to the thigh for option 1, or threading through, holding on to your hamstring for variation 2. Take a moment to release your hard-working hips. Your feet are drawing into dorsiflexion, toes drawing back, and you're melting through your shoulders. On your in-breath, could you lengthen through your right leg any amount that your hamstrings will allow? And on your exhalation, just bend your knee again. So working with the breath on the in-breath, lengthening. On the exhalation, gently, slowly releasing. Just do 2 more. Inhale up. Exhaling to lower. One more time, please. Inhaling up. And gently exhaling to release. Grounding through your right foot. Snugging in with your left leg. Open your arms either wide or into a cactus shape. A little tiny shift of your pelvis to your left. And the knees are going to rotate to your right. Eye gaze to the left. Shoulders are equal upon the floor. And you're sending your awareness into where you feel this the most. Normally through the left side of the torso, especially the lower back and the left hip. On your in-breath, feel the spaces and the places holding tension. And on the exhalation, bring softness, smoothness, surrender. Just take one more breath as you are before gently returning your eye gaze and returning through the midline, please. Uncross, recross, and starting with that reclining pigeon, variation 1, hand pressing away. And variation 2, picking up, holding on to the back of the leg if that feels available. Toes drawing back, left elbow, just helping, right elbow, pressing right thigh wide. Just as we did on that first side, if your hamstrings will allow, we inhale to lengthen, a little neural stretch. And on the exhalation, a little reprieve. Inhale, send that heel to the ceiling, draw the toes back. On the exhalation, just let it go. 2 more, full breath in, full breath out. 1 more full deep breath in. And on this last exhalation, gently grounding the left foot to the floor. Cross that right leg over, spread your wings wide. A little shift of the pelvis to your right, and the knees journey to their left. Eye gaze towards the ceiling, towards the sky, or looking to your right. How deeply can you breathe? How much softness can you invite? Where are you holding on to tension? And could you just let go a little bit more? Moment by moment, breath by breath. And when you are ready, your inhalation returns the eyes, and the exhalation returns the knees. Gently release the leg, gather your knees one last time before settling into just a moment of stillness in your Shavasana. So when the time is right for you, you'll just begin to lengthen through your legs if your lower back will allow. And I invite you to claim a little bit of space with your feet. Claim a little bit of space with your hands. Closing down the eyes. And scan your body from the crown of the head to the tips of your fingers, all the way to the tips of your toes. On your inhalation, silently, internally repeat joy. And on your exhalation, silently, internally repeat enthusiasm. Inhale joy. Exhale enthusiasm. Labrador making an appearance. There's nothing more joyful or enthusiastic than a Labrador at dinner time. What brings you joy? What makes you feel filled with enthusiasm? Just take a moment here. And then release that thought and those words. And simply allow yourselves to relax completely. Nothing to do, nothing to accomplish. Just allow yourselves to completely relax. Completely relax. And when you are ready, just begin to deepen your breath, expanding your awareness. And you're welcome to stay in Shavasana longer if the time will allow for you. But we'll begin to deepen our breath. And we'll begin to invite gentle movement back into our fingers, our toes, our hands, our feet. A little movement in the shoulders, in your necks. And if your body will allow, take your arms overhead. A full big body on from fingertip to toe. Before sliding your arms down and around, bending your knees one at a time. Gather your knees to your hearts, taking a gentle, gentle, gentle rock from side to side. And you will roll to your right-hand side. Aiden and I will roll towards you. Eyes closed, knees tucked up. Take a full breath in here and out before you rise to a seated position. Eyes remaining closed, coming into any position that your body will allow. Hands coming to Anjali Mudra. Feel the length of the spine, the lift of your heart as you grow into the space above you. And internally celebrating your efforts with joy, with enthusiasm. And when you're ready, just allow your eyes to gently open, maintaining softness. And take one more full deep breath together. Closing our practice with a bow. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with us.